Will the future be better than today? Comparing the pre-economic development days of the late 19th century, our standard of living measured by GDP improved more than 1400 times. Since the end of the World War II, GDP of the US increased by a factor of 99. From a materialist perspective, future will almost always be better than the past. Advancements in innovation will continuously enhance production efficiency across industries and organizations, allowing us to generate more with the same number of labor hours. From a production standpoint, present is better than the past and the future is better than the present. Few today willingly return to an era when homes lacked basic amenities like indoor toilets, which only became widespread in the early 20th century. Same will be said about the present day, how we might be lacking God knows what. As avid technologists will argue, technology has flattened the leveling field for us, and indeed, connectivity through smartphone allows us to reach even most remote corners of the world, dissolving boundaries that once isolated individuals and communities. Humanity have gained immense material freedom during the economic booms of 20th century and endured the brutal, dark days of Industrial Revolution, overcoming exploitative laws and conditions from child labor to degrading working conditions before the rise of labor unions. However, along the way, something vital was lost. Our social freedom quietly began to weaken as we are losing sense of community, empathy, collective care for others. Life as singularity is great until we start to notice how stratified our society has become, the very thing humanity has fought against. We might have more material wealth, but we're losing freedom of movements, both physical and social. Physically, relocating to a new nation or region in pursuit of a better life does not seem attainable, unlike our ancestors that were constantly migrating to find better life and opportunity, when by willingness alone could decide to live in a foreign country. We haven't faced this much obstacle in moving to a new country, such from requiring passport and obtaining permits. Socioeconomically, if you aren't born into at least the upper middle income class, chances are you're going to stay in the same economic class. Class stratification has become more rigid, and upward mobility is a thing of the past. Education, arguably the most powerful agent for social advancement, now comes with a high price tag. If you can afford expensive schooling for your children, chances of transferring social economic status are much higher, because aside wealth, education still grants social mobility unlike others. Social structure is not something you'd notice in the routines of everyday life, but felt when your college admission is denied, when you don't get the promotion, when you're ghosted from company job interviews, when you feel hopeless. That's when the social wall reveals itself, immovable and rigid. Modern day solution to socioeconomic problems now centers on one prescription: economic growth, because we need more growth and more consumption to make the economic machine run. Measurement of success for countries, individuals, and organizations is now reduced down to whether it can produce more and make a profit. Complex as our future might get, the layer of invisible and impenetrable social structure is defining us more than we define our society. Life is predictable in unpredictable way as creative destruction will eliminate obsolete jobs and create new industries we have never seen before. Salvation of the modern day will be coming of a new industrial revolution in which innovation will outpace the economic stagnation and slowdown. The trajectory of present day's risenness will only become stronger. We'll never fully understand the struggles our children will go through. Their lives will be more structured, predictable, and less flexible. But don't worry, if they're born into the system, they'll feel its own.